Hi everyone, so my videos on my channel have been getting an increasing amount of comments, and I've been getting a lot of emails and DMs on my social medias asking how to tell parents that you self-harm. So because I am physically unable to get back to every single person because there were that many comments and it is very overwhelming for myself, I thought that I would make another video addressing the most frequently asked questions in hopes that that can possibly help people more and give people a better understanding of some of the things that I said, or just answering questions that will benefit you guys. Okay, firstly, I just want to address the people who say that they are unable to physically tell their parents verbally. I always recommend the option of writing a note and possibly explaining that you've been struggling with whatever you've been struggling with and that you're in need of support. A lot of parents, the first resort is to lash out and get angry and yell and just be disappointed in a sense. It's because there's a lack of education surrounding self-harm. Not a lot of people understand it and not a lot of people know about it, and the people that do know about it have the stigma around it that it's crazy and it's attention-seeking behavior, which it is not, but it's how a lot of people think, unfortunately, and that can be changed as I make videos and as people talk more openly about mental illness and educate others on self-harm. I always recommend writing a note explaining what self-harm is, possibly even giving your parent a link to a website that explains it if you feel you can't explain it enough, or even possibly sending them something that you found on the internet that you find beneficial that is a clear explanation of what self-harm is, and then going into that you do partake in this and that either you want help or you need support or whatever it is that your goal is in getting across that you self. For those of you who contacted me and were talking about wanting to tell a teacher, I recommend, especially with the circumstances now of not necessarily being able to go out and do much, if you want to tell a teacher, I recommend emailing a teacher and explaining that you've been struggling with self-harm. Explain whatever it is that you would like to explain, but know that that teacher is going to tell a guidance counselor. They're going to refer you to someone who can genuinely give you the help and the support that you need at this time. I always recommend teachers. They are very helpful and they're very supportive and non-judgmental, and I think that the first step is to tell someone. It doesn't matter if it's a parent, it doesn't matter if it's a doctor or a counselor or a teacher or a therapist, whoever it is. The first step is telling someone and admitting that you want help and so on. I'm seeing a lot of people who are commenting on my videos telling me that they want to start cutting and they don't know how, and I have to address this because I just need to. I understand that you might want to and that you think it's going to solve your problems. Believe me, I was in that same mindset when I was 10 years old. I started and I never stopped. It took me 9.5 years to finally stop. It took me 8.5 years to actually get the help that I needed, and I don't recommend it at all. It doesn't do anything. It becomes addictive, and then you're left with a bunch of scars, which there's nothing wrong with having scars. Obviously, it shows that you've been through stuff, yes, of course, but obviously, I do not recommend cutting, and I absolutely beg of anyone who's watching this and wants to start to please not start. I never mean any harm by my videos too. I noticed that YouTube's been restricting my videos and turning off my comments and stuff, and it's very interesting to me because I'm talking about things that are honest, raw, and real, and nobody likes to hear about those kind of things. But I just want everyone to know that there are healthy and positive coping mechanisms. I'm noticing a very large amount of children watching my videos. People as young as 8 years old commenting on my videos and saying that they started and they don't know what to do and they don't know how to stop. I recommend everyone to reach out to someone. It doesn't have to be a parent. It doesn't. I know a lot of people do tell their parents first, but it does not have to be a parent. There are so many resources out there for you, and there are so many people who are willing to listen and who care and want to get you the help that you deserve. You never deserve to struggle, and you never deserve to be alone in your struggle. Self-harm tends to only get worse with time, and if it goes untreated, it can lead to death because it becomes a severe problem, as it is to begin with. However, going into it, it does progress and it becomes a lot worse and a lot more, and it becomes something that you want to hide more and you don't want to get help for. It took me a very long time to realize that I needed help and to be willing to get the help that I needed, and I wish I would have done it sooner for my own benefit. However, I didn't, but Getting help was the best thing that I've ever done, and being open and honest about my struggles has helped myself and so many other people. And I always recommend to speak to someone. It's difficult. I know it's not easy. I don't sit here behind my phone and say that, oh, it's so easy, just do it. I know that it's hard. It's a lot of anxiety. It's a lot of nervousness and just being afraid that people are going to be mad at you and disappointed. I understand those feelings. But it is worth it. It is possible. And while you may feel a lot of anxiety, it will get easier and it will get better with time. So long as you address the problem and you get it situated. There are therapists out there, there are counselors out there, there are people who are able to help you and support you and guide you in the correct direction that I cannot do. I'm only one person, and while I have a lot of knowledge on the subject matter, I can only do and say so much. The rest is in everyone else's hands to reach out and get the proper help that they need. Of course, there are healthy coping mechanisms to help you deal with self-harm urges, as a lot of people are asking me how to stop and how to go about doing something else. Whatever that you find enjoyment in, whether it be writing or reading a book or taking a walk or video games, whatever it is that helps you wind down and helps you relax and helps you ground yourself and become focused in the present moment opposed to the urges, take part in that. Any activity, whether it's dancing, whether it's going on a run, anything, whether it's watching a bunch of videos or watching movies, something that keeps you focused on something else and takes your mind away from whatever it is that is negatively going on around you or in your head. I know that it's difficult. I know that things are very hard. I know that it's difficult. There's so many different circumstances that people deal with, and of course I don't pretend to know what anyone's dealing with. However, it can get better with time. Things might seem hard right now. You might feel like it's never going to get better, but it will. I know it's easier said than done, but given the hard work and putting in that effort, it does help and results will be shown. It might not take a day, it might not take a week, it might take multiple months or years, but it is worth it and it will benefit you in the end, and you will be able to get the proper help that you deserve and you're worthy of. If anyone has any questions, feel free to comment. I can make a follow-up video to this video if anyone wants it. I can respond to comments if it's not insanely a lot, because I just noticed that a lot of them were the same, so I thought that just addressing them would be a little easier than replying to 700 people. So like I said, if anyone has any questions, please, I'm stuttering, please feel free to comment, and I'll get back to anyone. Sorry, I'm using my computer. And that's it. I hope you're all having a great day. I hope everyone is doing well, and if anyone needs anything, please feel free to comment and I'll get back to you. Have a good day.